specialize in music most people hate. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, Instagram, and our website. Let us share the noise with you.
Yo, this is John from Noise Dosage Media, and this episode is brought to you by Begrudgingly Benny. Interested in putting something horrific and grotesque on your next piece of merch? Benny is tucked away in the fiery depths of COVID quarantine, blasting the filthiest of old school death metal and drawing hideous creatures that he is waiting for you to adopt. Go over to Instagram and follow at BegrudginglyBenny and contact him if you would like some really weird original art for your band or label. Super professional, highly recommended.
Perspectives means when everything goes dark and negative, you need to remind yourself that you are your own savior. Even though you're also your own worst enemy, you need to save yourself. I can help you all you want, but it's your job to help yourself out of the hole or anything else that you're stuck in. But to get through that, we have to be positive. Slash a smile across our face and get through the shitty days. And that means throwing positivity at people. That means taking positivity from people and growing and rising together. Perspectives.
There it is. Straight to the point. So, how has this made like a positive impact on like your daily life?
As soon as we started as Perceptions, after we had gotten sued for being, or almost sued for being Perceptions, we became Perspectives New York. But before that, we still had the positivity mental attitude where it was like, all right, this is going on, but I got my brothers, I got my family, let's make this music, let's make ourselves feel better. And it's transcended throughout everything we've done. Anything that we have a bad day, we try to be there for each other. Anytime we're going through a bad deal or a relationship, we're all there for each other. Or we're trying to set something up so that we can be there for each other. And that's my favorite part, man. Is it's very much family now, and it's stuck. So even though I keep saying slash a smile to somebody, it's not me pandering to you. What it is it's I'm trying to tell you what I now feel because of the band. So I'm trying to give you this little bit of positivity to be like, hey man, everything's not that bad.
Right. I think the coolest thing about you and the scene is like nobody doesn't know who you are. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You always say to a band, hey man, good set.
Yeah.
Or like, hey man, let's book a show.
I feel like if we can't climb this fucking mountain together, then we can't rise together. And I feel like more bands need to realize that if we don't help each other up or listen to our music or push our music or push the name, I mean, can I say names? Because it's White Tides and Destroy Create and freaking Aphasia, Into the Harbor, Grizzly Run, Sleepers. I mean, you can go different places. Left to Suffer is still a local band in their place, but they're blowing up. How did they do that? Because everybody's talking about it. Everybody's pushing them. Hollow Front, the same thing. They've got fans everywhere. Why? Because they push themselves, but they also push their homies. Right. We all gotta love each other, or else it just doesn't work.
Dude, that's the one thing with local bands. Because I feel like sometimes they feel like it's like a competition.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
I mean, when you get on stage, fucking, if I did a good job, do better than me, but that doesn't mean that anybody did better that night. It just means that we put out our fucking effort, you put out your effort, and then let's do it the next day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, you have your good days, you have your bad days.
Right.
That's simple.
Yeah, I mean, what's your favorite local bands, like top 3?
Oh, I hate that question. Favorite local band, man. Alright, so I know I say it all the time, but White Tides always is on my repeat. Into the Harbor, the 5, or War is what I call it. I know it's not right, but War. And Dead Awake. They're not from here, but they're my favorite. They followed us since the beginning of the band, and we followed them since the beginning of the band. We met them over at Sugar City in Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo. Dude,
And
I've never been there.
Amazing
I used to
venue.
live in
It was
Buffalo.
so small, but it was just like, all right, you hit him, but don't hurt each other.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It was great. It was fucking awesome. And we came to see them specifically, but our homies in Oakhart and Beast were there too. So we came for them, but then we were like, oh shit, Dead Awake's here tonight too. And then we told the boys that we were there, the boys in Dead Awake, and they were like, yo, we're going even harder now that we know that you guys came to fucking see us.
Right.
Like, we gotta go ham. So that's yeah, Dead Awake would definitely be my top, man.
Okay. So the next thing I really wanted to ask about is
What the fuck ask about me? He just drove over the curb.
what
Sorry.
what would you change in like the music industry right now? Like, well, what's the number one thing? I hear a lot of
United we stand, divided we fall. I mean, I keep saying it, but it's the truth. I wish that people would support each other.
right.
I know that me and the band really try to push absolutely everybody. We don't try to wear everybody's merch. We just have it because we've bought so much of it. Because we're just trying to help each other out. The other day I was wearing Diluted and Jordan was wearing Poison the Prophet. And we're fucking just driving to the store and I'm like, bro!
Yeah.
It's fucking
Zach,
awesome. Yeah.
Zach's a cool dude.
Yes.
I talked to him for like an hour.
I still have to watch that interview. I love Zach to death, and all of his interviews have been
He's
gnarly.
He's fucking hilarious. But you know, so how would you describe the word success in one word?
Wealth.
You think?
Wealth. Because it's not in the sense that you think. It's not, yay, I have money. It's that I have a wealth of love and life. I have friendship. I have fans. I have people that are in the music industry that I don't really know, but they love the fact that I try to do this and that they do the same. Yeah, wealth would be my one word.
Wealth is number one. Okay. So, what would you consider like the highlight to your band right now?
The fact that we're almost 4,000 fans, family deep, is pretty humbling. But the evolution of adding Greg and us all dealing with the things that we've been dealing with, as much as Corona's a bitch and all that shit, learning about each other's differences and figuring out what we're going to talk about in the next things to come, and that's been my favorite part because we've all been in a deep dark hole for a while, all of us in different spots, but with that being said, we all have something to be like, hey, I feel this. Oh shit, I didn't know you felt this. And I feel like we're all kind of growing and learning about each other. So the evolution is probably my favorite part right now.
I feel like half the battle is just like getting along with your, well, not even getting along, just like building a relationship with the people you work with.
Exactly.
Artistically.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like a job where you're like, all right, I'm here, and all right, now I gotta go. You have to be like, okay, well, I'm here, and they're still here, and they're gonna bother you, but you gotta be like, yo, this is my family. Like, of course, we're gonna fight and nitpick at some things, but like, we still gotta be in the same van. We still gotta be at the same practice space. We still gotta play the same show. Fucking, we've done this for the same reasons since the beginning, just to stay positive and stay happy.
How did I mean, this is a shitty question.
No,
but,
go for it.
Like, how did like the band actually come about?
We've been asked that one a lot, but it for
Yeah, and that's
funny
what I mean.
enough,
Like, that
it's okay.
question is
818. The date 81818 was the Diluted EP release show. I lost my mom and lost my job. Jordan was going through a relationship problems and lost his dad before the relationship problem. So he was already going through a lot of shit. We went to the same show. We met up. We didn't mean to meet up. We were just there. He was like, yo, I'm trying to start up a band. I'm like, yo, bro, I have nothing else like to lose. Let's fucking do this. It's time. You know, we've been in this scene for so long and talked about being in a band together. Let's fucking do it. In comes Reen in the back.
Where the fuck did
He literally just comes out of nowhere and he's like, hey, boys, want to chill? Let's go outside and partake. And I'm like, all right, bro, let's fucking partake. So we went outside and we started talking to each other, and he was like, I'm actually a bassist. And we're like, no effing way is this happening. Now, we didn't realize that it was 818 at
That's
the time.
funny.
But when we started writing Flatline and starting to get this following and people liking us, we were like, let's check this out. And we were like, holy shit, 818. Whoa, dude. And then the numerology and the following of 818. Like, we literally started seeing license plates 818. We started seeing fucking house numbers 818. We saw packages had the number 818. Like, we weren't just looking for it. It was like, why does this have 818 on it?
Like, do it.
Right. So that's been a thing. And the fact that we still do it, we text each other on 818 in the morning, and we text each other on 818 at night, because it's the beginning and the ending. That's what 818 is. So every beginning has a ending, but every ending has a new beginning.
Right.
So we try to keep each other thought of in that span. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop.
What? You said this was at a venue?
Yeah, this was Bug Jar.
Really?
Yeah, it was Diluted EP release show for Bastard for I keep doing this. Legitimate Bastard. Yeah.
I wasn't that far away.
Dude, that was a sardine can of a show. Every time they play it, dude, it's a sardine can of a show.
Yeah, it was. That last show was fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people at a Bug Jar
Right.
in years.
Right, dude. It was absolutely insane. And the fact that that we got to be a part of the next one after that was just, I mean, the fact that we were with Likewise, I absolutely love George. I've been a fan of George's for a long time. So the fact that he was on there too with us was awesome.
Right. So, a new EP. Would you call it new?
Yeah, because it was put out the week of COVID-19.
Right.
We didn't even fucking push for that. It literally was, this is the date that it's coming out of, and then it was COVID-19 EP.
Yeah, you're like,
But we kept pushing.
Right.
And we kept throwing at people and being like, yo, the world's dark. Why the fuck aren't we pushing our shit? Like, that's the whole point of it. It's like, the world can be dark, but we still gotta smile.
So what was, like, some things you learned along the way? Because was that the first record you recorded
Yeah,
vocals
first
on?
EP we've ever been a part of.
Well, I mean, you, yourself.
Yes. Yeah. For all of us, honestly. Todd was a big learning step. Him being a part of Sirens and Sailors and him telling us, maybe you could do this or maybe you could do this, and the little changes, and us being tentative at the fact that he was trying to change something that we were trying to create. But then we realized that we need to work together and to connect. So that was a big learning step. He told us to get out of demo-itis, which is what we all went through a lot. With the first few times we played it, we were like, no, we really like this fucking breakdown, or we really like this. And we were like, ultimately, if we take that out and try to put that in something else later, then fine, let's make this what this is. And ultimately, that EP is the proudest thing that I've ever done.
Right. When I heard that the first time, dude, I was like, what the fuck, dude? It's good.
It
It's
hits.
so
It hits home, and it's not a pun. It really does. It hits. It hits. You know what I mean? Like, in all senses of it. Even when I still scream it, I feel it. It's my therapy. So, like, I'm like, okay, so we didn't scream. We didn't do practice this week. I'm losing my shit. Why? Because I didn't go to my therapy session. That's what this is.
Yeah, no, I get it now. Yeah. I didn't really look at it that way.
And then if you look at the EP itself, the front cover, that's my mom's house. That's the one that I lost her in. Mm-hmm. I lived up in the attic when she passed. I found her in that house when she passed. Cut to, after I lost myself and all of my own thoughts, I started to find perspective. And then I started to change my own mentality.
Not perception.
Right.
Not perception.
Right, my own perspective. And then I started taking a prescription of my own medicine. Get it? Get it, Jason Rich from Crown Drop? Do you get that one?
Okay. So, last question. Haven't asked this one. Well, I've asked it maybe twice to some people. But, what are some characteristics you have, like personality traits, that help and or hurt the process of being in a band?
Personality traits. mental illness is a big, big thing. I think, and not to downplay anybody else's in the band, but I feel like me and Jordan, definitely the ones that are hit the strongest mentally. Yes, all of us are fucking struggling, but the PTSD of finding my mom and going through 6 days of straight her being in a coma really fucked me up and still hits me really hard. Because of that, I think that the band's against me at all times. I think that I'm against me at all times. I think some fans are against me at all times. I think bands are against me at all times. When I say I am my own worst enemy and I am my own savior,
Right.
It's a real fucking thing.
Dude, that's
I'm yelling at myself, going, yo, stop. No, not every day I'll walk with smile stretched across my face, but I will be goddamned if I just throw it all away.
Right.
It's that simple, man.
Dude.
I'm yelling at myself, going, no, don't give up. Stop it. I'm yelling at everybody, stop, don't give up. You got this. Keep going.
Right. I feel like so many artists deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Like just battling. Just the fact of like, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, it's not good enough.
Exactly.
But
I just heard Loathe in the background, Left to Suffer.
he's freaking going.